To be clear, you think that his negative interactions with streamers stems mostly from him calling his orbiters orbiters.
I think
Gotcha.
he's attracting people who are
Yeah, I don't agree. I completely don't agree with your thesis.
okay.
Oh,
Interesting. Start here, CT. I want this to be an epic clip for our channel, okay?
okay.
This has
I'm ready.
this has to do with Destiny and every other streamer on the internet, okay? People want to know about this shit. This is
Okay.
news. We're breaking news here, okay?
Is this part of the clip, or are you showing the clip after all of it?
No, this is part of the clip. Look, we're already rolling. I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you follow Destiny on X. On X.
Yeah.
On the platform formerly known as Twitter. X.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny tweets out, almost every single person that inhabits a streaming YouTube world is a horrible human being.
Wow.
I'm grateful for the incredible few people, less than 10 in 13 years, I've met who haven't turned out to be that way. Okay. So less than 10 people, Destiny admits in the entire streaming YouTube world. Look, we're two peoples. There's no way we're included in that 10 people, Sitch. We're horrible people.
Well,
We're
Destiny doesn't really know
terrible,
us.
terrible, horrible people.
Destiny doesn't know us.
Almost
Like
every single person that inhabits the streaming YouTube world
yeah,
is a
we're not. We're
horrible
the
human
almost.
being.
We're
This
not.
look,
We're, I
he's
mean, we're
not
not the
saying
almost.
all the people I personally know that inhabit the world. He's
Right.
saying every single person.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
definitely inhabit this YouTube streaming world.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're the exception. We're not. We're not. He said
You
almost.
look, you think we're in that 10 people?
I know we are. Well, wait a minute. I
Look,
don't think we're in Destiny's 10 people because Destiny doesn't know us. Okay.
I'm
Like
grateful.
personally.
I am grateful for few people, less than
I'm just
10 in
saying.
13 years I've met. We've met
In general.
Destiny.
Okay. But why are you taking this personally? This is weird.
Well, no, this is my thesis for why this is
Okay.
going on. Though.
Oh, I
That's
see.
why.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I'm trying to get a deeper meaning here, but
I'll let you cook.
yeah. So, look, look, no hate towards Destiny. I don't think I'm in that 10 people.
Okay.
I do think Sitch and I are
Wonderful.
extremely nice and wonderful people, right?
Well, usually.
I wouldn't classify us in any way as
Yeah.
horrible human beings.
Yeah.
And I do believe that Sitch and I have met a lot of really nice people. Like we have a lot of nice people in our community. We have a lot of nice streamers that we've interacted with.
They
You
can
know,
all
even,
be faking it though.
well, I mean, even if they are, if they're faking it and being nice to us, I mean,
That's all I care about.
yeah.
That's the point. Okay.
What do I
Great point.
care?
Fantastic point. Keep going.
I want them to be nice to me.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want them to kick their dog or anything, but you know,
I mean, as long as you're not kicking my dog.
yeah, exactly.
Kick away, right? Okay.
So I encountered this fact that I think has to do with this tweet.
Okay.
Now, have you heard of the Stanford prison study? I'm sure you
Yes.
have. Everyone's heard of the
Of
Stanford
course.
prison study.
You mean the
right?
fake Stanford prison study?
Right. A lot of people say
Yeah.
that it's fake and it hasn't been replicated.
Because it is fake.
Right.
It is
But-
fake, Donald Trump. It's not just people saying it was fake.
But they did well, the Stanford prison study, just to give the background, they did this study where they asked college students to come in and play prison guards and prison inmates, and they were going to do a study. They've done interviews with people after the fact. A lot of the people said, well, they thought they were looking for a show, so they're kind of trying to play it up.
They told the guards, they told the students, okay, hold on. The study was you had some students be guards and said some students be prisoners.
Mhm.
And the guards treat the prisons, okay, the students as guards would treat the prison students as like horribly.
Yeah, like
Horrible.
shit.
Right. And the
Yeah.
point of the experiment was
They would
supposed to
treat
be-
them. They were horrible human beings.
Right. And the point of the experiment was supposed to be, oh my God, look at what happens. Even in this fake study where you give humans like a fake authority, they abuse it and they, dehumanize these people. And, this is supposed to say something about human behavior and, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And this study was like this huge deal that like for years people talk about this, oh, such a big deal study. Then it turned out like years later, I think like literally decades later, some of the students came forward who were the prison guards. And they said, listen, the researchers like told us to like play it up. They told us to be assholes, which
Right.
completely defeats the entire point of the fucking study in the first place.
Right. Okay. So everyone recognizes that this study was flawed, but did you know that they did another study?
I didn't know that. No.
Yes, they
Was it the
so
same person or is it a different person?
well, they
Mr. Zimbardo.
they came up with a theory that
Yeah.
maybe the Stanford prison study was flawed because they asked participants to come and participate in a study where they were going to be
Oh.
prison guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put an ad in the paper, ask for college students to be a participant in a psychological study of prisons, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They they redo the study where they asked exactly the same thing as they asked in the original study. They let the participants know they're going to be participating in a prison study. They do another ad that is exactly the same, but they take out the word prison. They just say you're going to be participating in a psychological study. Okay. Then they take the two groups of people who respond to each ad and they test him for dark triad traits like Machiavellianism and psychopathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who responds to the prison study ad
Ooh.
and who responds to the regular psychological study? All the
The dark
psychopaths. Yeah.
right. All the psychopaths want to do
The
the prison
prison
study.
study. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that totally taints the trial pool. What and this the research what they claim to have taken away from the Stanford prison study was the fact that you can give any normal person power and it's going to turn them into this Machiavellian psychopath, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. It's a structure of the study. It's that participating in some sort of psychological study where someone gets to play a prison guard is attractive to psychopaths.
Of
Don't
course.
don't you think that could attract people to jobs like
Well, it could. It
right,
could. Yeah. Right.
depending on
Right.
the thing.
Sure. That's a good point. That's a good point. Though the
So,
original study, I think they were all psych students or something. I don't know if they were just like random students. I don't remember. But
well, I just know that the test that they I don't know that the redo of the test was just psychology students. I don't know that it matters to be honest with you, because really it's the term prison. So, but relating it back to the destiny thing, as soon as I heard that, I thought of this tweet immediately. What, Destiny, the people who are in Destiny's orbit, what are they called? What do they call
orbiters.
orbiters?
Yes.
Doesn't that seem like a kind of disparaging term?
A little bit. Yeah.
It seems like the type of people that would be attracted to be an orbiter of some, Esalen.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're tainting the pool of potential applicants here because you got nice people like me and Sitch who think I could be some fucking orbiter. Like, why the fuck would I do that?
I mean, money.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
True.
You have to have a type of person that is motivated
I
enough
see what you're saying.
by
Right.
money
Yes. Yes.
and celebrity to overcome
Interesting.
this kind of disparaging attitude that Destiny has towards the people who inhabit his circle.
Well, there's another element too, not just that, but you would also, that isn't necessarily true, but I would bet you that, Destiny's a big streamer. He's probably going to be interacting with other big streamers. There probably is a disproportionate number of like dark triad people who are big streamers because you would
Really?
think, of course, because number one, what to be a streamer, you have to have some level of like ego and narcissism, obviously, right?
I mean, I feel like there are streamers that don't have that, but
I know.
I mean, I do.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yes.
I didn't say all. I said a disproportionate number.
No, I do agree. Yes.
Right. Okay. And then number two, like any hierarchy, the higher up you get in any hierarchy of any type, there's going to be a disproportionate number of people who have dark triad traits because they're the people that are more willing to climb the hierarchy in general.
Yeah, they're
They're
attracted
like,
to these positions of
right.
power and prestige.
Or just more willing to do shady things to climb the hierarchy while other people won't.
Yes. Yeah.
So, so
Totally.
yeah, I mean, that's all possible. That's all possible.
Well, I mean, we have friends of the show, and I feel like we meet
Right.
tons of nice people. I mean, I don't know that
That's
I'd
true.
call our friends of the show orbiters. I mean, it seems a
Sure, but I
little
mean, well, we're not in a position.
disparaging.
We're not really in a position, I think, to have orbiters.
I think we are. I think we could definitely have.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we could have. I think there are people who really want to be on the show a lot more than
I mean, we
not.
have,
So,
listen, we only have one orbiter,
mhm.
and you know who it
Are you talking about Sammy G? Don't be despair.
is.
Look,
What? No,
why are you
what the?
such a?
I wasn't. I was talking about Doomer. Sammy G is a fan who draws amazing fan art of the show.
Look,
Okay.
obvious.
Doomer is an orbiter. Okay. Doomer is the one who always
Look,
comes
I
on
don't
like, invite me on the show, invite me on the show.
see, but this completely goes to my thesis here.
Yes.
Look, I
And it
think
does because Doomer's obviously a psychopath with dark triad traits.
first of all, I think Doomer's like the nicest person in the world. I think Doomer's
So,
totally.
I don't know who the fuck we're talking about anymore.
I think look, Doomer is lovably delusional. Okay, that's
Yeah.
much different than being a dark triad.
Lovely delusional.
Much better than being a dark triad psychopath. Okay.
Yeah.
I do think Doomer is. I think his heart is in the right place. So I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't want to start calling him an orbiter just to like
I mean,
disparage
I
him.
would because it's funny.
You're you're so evil. Look, I want you to learn. I want you to learn the lesson of destiny here. I really do.
There you
Okay.
go. Sammy says, Adam, don't put me on the same level as Doomer. True.
Well,
Terrible.
I
How
feel
dare you,
bad.
Adam?
I must have
Should
been
feel bad.
prime. I must have been prime because of all the
Yes.
those. Look, I
You
love
must
our
have all the fan
community.
art.
None of our community are orbiters. I think orbiters are. It's just like that's not a good way to build a community.
They
Destiny could do better. Destiny
orbit more
needs to
like Doom
retire.
Spiral. Good one.
Yeah, Doom Spiral is a more appropriate term for Destiny's community.
Oh, I meant for Doomer.
Okay, Doomer's in the hyper cope spiral. Well, we can wrap it up here. You got any final thoughts on my thesis? You think this is close to truth? You
Um,
think Destiny could do a better job if he came up with a more fitting title for fans of
okay.
like participants in Destiny's show?
To be clear, you think that his negative interactions with streamers stems mostly from him calling his orbiters.
Well, I think he's attracting a bad. I think
Gotcha.
he's attracting people who are
Yeah, I don't agree. I completely don't agree with your thesis.
okay.
No.
Interesting.
I think you can make the argument that there probably are a high proportion of kind of like fucked up people in streaming. I think you
Mhm.
make an I think there's an unwritten rule of nature, which is that the more successful you become, the more shitty people you'll interact with. Because when you become very successful, people start trying to grab onto you to gain their own success, right?
Right, but I do.
And so you're going to know a disproportionate number of people who are like shitty people just trying to use you, essentially.
I think shitty people are attracted to power, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, Destiny's very popular and thus very powerful in the streaming industry. So he'll have a disproportionate amount of interaction with shitty people.
Because they're attracted to him because he can bestow
their
power
careers, yeah.
upon them.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. I think that's really what's going on. I don't think because I would guess if you'd asked Destiny about this when he was talking about shitty people he's interacting with, I don't think he's talking about his quote orbiters. I don't think that's who he's referring to.
But he could have people on his stream that are not attracted to power, that are just interested in interesting
Right.
conversation.
You know, you could, but I'm just saying, like, on average, if you're a big streamer, like, it's easier for, instead of you to reach out to people to reach out to you. And on average, is going to be a disproportionate. Now, again, not everyone, not even the majority. I'm just saying a disproportionate number of people who try to reach out to you to be on your show are going to be more likely to be shitty than not.
To be power thirsty.
So, right.
I think a disproportionate number of shitty people are power thirsty.
But no, of course, obviously, 100%. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
CT, can you clip it? Hi, you just listened to a clip from the Sitch and Adams show. If you like what you heard, you can listen to our live show right here on this channel on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want, you can super chat us. We read $20 and up super chats on the show and then do a follow-up stream on the following Tuesday where we read the rest of the unread super chats and interact with fans of the show. Subscribe to this channel right here to listen to the live show or to listen to more of our awesome clips.